Numerology. I'm not home. I'd love to be home to work on this one. You know, numerology, what is it? Is it setting up the studio? Is it putting the books here, 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 and then putting the blank page here? And then all of a sudden looking at that book and saying, oh my God, I can add to it and look at this book and this book and this book and this book. And now I got 5 different books in front of me. I can add to each and every one of the books something, some new idea. It's just like I can't see all the gears moving. Think of your heart, think of your lungs, think of your eyes, think of your ears, listen and hear and see and speak all at the same time. Oh my God, how do these rappers do it? They're like from one beat to the next beat. And then some people, right, instead of speaking it and thinking it, they just listen to the words and they just do the deacon dance. They're just doing that deacon dance, you know. Do you know that in numerology, aesthetic numerology, alchemical numerology, alchemist, zodiac alchemist, what do they call all these names? I'm a tropical zodiac analyst. I'm an observationist. And do I have any logic? What is the logic within my observations? On what grounds do I think? Because we have to find grounds. Like even when you buy coffee, how would you like your coffee grounds? But it just doesn't mean one ground. It means this pile, this pile, this pile, because before it gets, you know, because you take it out of the grinder and it makes a pile and it goes down evenly like a pyramid. So now you can find its field, right? Because if the slope underneath is tilted a little bit more, maybe more will slide off so you can see its grade, not the coffee grade. You do know it'll be thicker on this side the more the slant before the two sides equalize on what is that 45-degree angle. Oh, numerology, what are you doing to me? You mix me up. I can't even speak anymore. Every time I look at the ace, I think of the sun that somehow is either bringing us all together, sending us all the same information. Is the sun, are we divided by the sun, or is the sun sharing the same information with everybody under the same roof? Different times of the day. How did you break up the day? 5 degrees, 10 degrees, 15 degrees. We have 12 zodiac signs. We have 24 hours, so it's 2 hours per sign. And you do know I can put any color in the same position. So the levels, okay, or the tilt to see those colors, or the force of energy bringing on that light. What brings on the light? Is it the harmonic that brought on that light? I don't know. I'm not in those fields, but whatever it is, there's numbers attached because that's how it's read. That's how you know it's part of the harmonic. Harmonic, Ra the sun, Ra the rabbit, R-A-H, or how about H-A-R, and then add the E. We add the E is for what I understand is the French say, by adding the E, it's for this world, for Mummy's world. We're in the womb of the Creator in Mummy's world. How can you forget about Mother Nature, right? Oh, hold on. No, not part of Mother Nature. Whoop, not part of Mother Nature. Nothing's part of Mother Nature. Hello. Everything is Mother Nature. except for the language that the Lord let us breathen onto thee. Why breathen onto thee? Because we breathen, we're adjusted. We're connected to the E and E. E and E, the doubles. All the W's is for Mars. Or you can use the W's for Venus. It's two lives. It's V and V. It's two hares. It's two rabbits, two cats. Communication. If I have my two CB antennas, well, who am I talking to? Right? I'm talking to the sun, of course, the 18-wheeler. Why the 18-wheeler? Ask the question. Show me you desire to understand where is the connection between the sun. Into the house you are, my poor doggies. Would you like to go outside into the sun? Go, Father is calling you. Go, halt thou, be gone. Let me see. A, B, C, D. We are 4 here. 23 have showed up. My daily ranking shows, you know what I like about some of these daily rankings is they show me the diamond, but when they show me the diamond, why do they call it a diamond in the deck of cards? Yet here on TikTok, they chop the top off the clock. Right? I mean, the diamond has a chopped head. So the diamond upside down looks like the Superman sign. And that's what a diamond is. So in English, they call it a diamond. And in French, they call it a carré. It's a square. The diamond suit. Take a diamond suit in the cards and flip it upside down. It's the same thing, right? Another thing is I love all the numbers in the background. Does anybody see what it does? It goes all the way to 13 and then to 7. So divide 999,990, right? The corners, don't count the 4 corners, right? If you don't count the 4 corners, right, I end up with, what do I end up with? Right over here, look at that, 18293. Look at that rotation. And then it gets to 13, 1 and 3 equals to 4, right? So what's after 13? What should the next number be? What is this telling us? Besides it showing us the total of 20 for the Mayans, right? See the way they're showing it's 20 that way, right? But what is it this way? It's only 13. So it's 20 by 13 is 260. Did you know that the second half of the alphabet equals to 260? 13 letters equals to 91, and 13 letters equal to 260 equal to 351. Don't tell me the 153 fish are jumping out of the lake. 51, 51, 51. I tell a lot of little stories and you'll keep asking me over and over and over and over the same thing. You'll want to debate me on this. There's no debate. Did you hear my last song, what it was about? And I hope I can find this because there was no debate. Because you want to know where the question was? I'm going to see if I got it.
Oh my God, what's that noise? And then I take a look. Who will help me? I want to help. I want to save. I want to help. I want to save. But I know there's something strange. We're all searching for the truth. Forbidden from the truth. Words they rearrange. Who am I? Who should I tell? Should I hold it deep inside? Silence strong, but silence breaks like a storm you cannot hide. ABC, 1, 2, 3, come join me. your silent wisdom, will you show us how to sing? Christian.
Whoa. Come here. Come here. Yeah, just give me a second there. I gotta give him a cookie. Come on, boys. Come on down. After you jumped into the powder, you know what these guys did? You know what these guys did? I'm serious. I never thought this was gonna happen, okay? Sit. There you go. Sit. There you go. There you go. That's it. Hey, you know what they did? I have cocoa, 100% cocoa, and I put it in the sink in a bag with a little clip on it, and they jumped into the sink, grabbed the bag, fell on the floor. And you know what that stuff does, right? You poke it, and it puffs out, right? Becomes a powder. I for some reason, my iPad doesn't let me do some certain things. So if things look backwards, I'm missing a lot of stuff here. I have nowhere to, oh, maybe I'm going to change my office setting. Although I wanted to sit in the sun for a little bit, I'm sliding on this table. I'm doing some dog sitting today, tomorrow. Next week, I'm gonna be doggies with the doggies. Why do I like the doggies so much? Oh, that's not good. Why do I like the doggies? Why do I like the doggies? Whoa! When nothing is in my, okay, just 1 second, just 1 second. Everything's moving around. Maybe if I put you inside the flower. Yeah, okay, that's good. Inside the flowers works. Yeah, that's good. This is like the planet. You know, if I can just, this is actually the way we should, this is what we're supposed to, I think this is what it is. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's it. This is the way we're supposed to be living. This is the real life now. I think this is the way I'm doing the rest of my videos. This is the way I see it. That's the true slant of the alliance. It's on like that 33-degree angle, just zooming into the world. It's corner to corner. It's not a 45-degree, but my question is this 1 square, 2 squares? How many squares did it take for me to get from that top corner there, right there, all the way down to, I have to watch what I say. Guys, I can't believe my sister cut the dog's hair. The dog looks nude. I swear. You look nude. You look nude. The dog was like, this winter now, he's like, it's right here. You want to show everybody your pretty haircut? You want to show everybody your pretty haircut? Oh my God, you have my sock. You know what it is about dogs? I'm going to tell you one thing. Like I said, it's communication inside the house of the cat. Dog grabs the sock. I know the sock has to do something with Aries and Leo and Sagittarius. For Santa Claus, because you'll always leave your soul, because that's where your foot goes, inside the sock. The sock near Christmas time goes near the fireplace. Fire, Aries awakens. But in that day and time, did they change these zodiac signs to an ox and a Taurus? Could it have been a dragon before, from those times? Or would they have put a unicorn? Like, because you can see the way number 2 is going, right? See the way number 2 is going? What's going on with the second zodiac sign? Like, what's going on with the third zodiac sign between the astrologies? What are they saying about them? There's some kind of balance amongst themselves. What's going on about number 2? Why are we not letting anything else come down to 2? And to note that in games, 1 and 8, 2 and 9. Okay, sorry, 1 and 8, 2 and 7. Okay, these 1 and 8, 2 and 7. Unlike what is, okay, 1 and 9 is not. 10 equals 1. 2 and 9 is not, right? 3 and 9, 12, 1 and 2, 3 is, because you can do 1 and 2. So we don't need the 12. We don't need the 11. We can do 1 and 1, which is also 2. So 3 and 2. So do you see what I'm saying is if I take out 2 dice right now out of my pocket, when I take this dice out of my pocket, this and this I need for creation. So when I put 9 to it, it makes 10. That's the highest it can go. I put 9 to this is 11. That's the highest it can go. Now, when we come to create, I no longer, okay, in order to get here, I only need the 7. So with that 7, that's where your creation comes in. They're both noted to be what is an air sign. But one is with 3, 6, 9, 12 Pisces, right? And one is with 7, 10 Capricorn's head. It's going to be fitting into the chakras, where the 2 air signs come together. It's Capricorn and Libra, right? And they're in the same rotation line, right? 7 and 10, right? So they're running. I think they're running. Is it the mutable sign, the cardinal, and the fixed? You know, they all run in their same stream. They all run towards the pig. So who is running this stream? Who's the one who set up the cardinal signs and this system? It's the same system of threes. It's the same system of 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Unlike the 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. Ironic that 1 and 2, 12 is female Bat's mitzvah, 156 moons, 12 by 13. Unlike, what is it, bar mitzvah, 1 by 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 3, and 4 equals to 7. That's 7 from 1 and 3, 3 and 1. Jacob's ladder, going up and down the ladder inside the house of the father, Abraham, 44. And I say a lot every single day, and I don't remember everything I say, but I can reflect on, and that's why I think it's very important that anybody comes to this channel. And one of my real reasons for being here, the truth not take it back for what you believe, and whether or not I speak it of that word, but I'm going to lead you down a little path that with everybody that joins this channel, if you participate, write everything down, ask me questions so we can align this. So I don't care who runs off, okay, with the story. I really don't care. You're not running off with the story for no reason at all. You're going to share it somewhere. You'll put it in a book. Somebody else will learn. It'll become contagious. When every man, human, when everybody will have on its own, somehow it'll be free, because through me, it's always going to be free. So whoever wants to sell that book, which is never going to be finished, because I'll be always updating it, that information, everybody will just be adding on from the direct source. That's me, or actually just one of me, because at this point, after 20 years, there's many more of me than there was before. I thought I was alone. It was great. It was good to feel a little bit different than many of us, but now I feel a lot like the same. In fact, I see a lot of me and many others that are more than me. I feel like I'm less than many, but I was nothing at all until all the others existed for me to become who I am today, a piece of everybody that's ever spoken, said a word, for anything I've ever involved myself in, ever got involved in. I've seen it all throughout my lifetime, and what I've seen has made me who I am to speak the words I do today. How's everybody going? So where was I? You know what? When I don't write with paper in front of me, I tend to lose myself. I think we were talking about number 9, 1 and 7. Yes, when you have a dice, right? I cannot possibly make a 9, right, with two dice using a 1. I cannot make a 9 with 2 dice using a 2. So therefore, 1 and 2 cannot be involved in the 9 birth. That can be part of the 9 birth, or part of the face of the 9 birth of the 6 life. There's only 6 sides to a cubit. If I take this cubit apart and make each and every one understandable, okay, as a triangle, the whole game changes. So I don't know if I want to get you into that to try and imagine the geometric shape that can actually be created in reality and call that geometric shape, right, a tetrahedron. Does it exist? I only use what exists from all the smartest people in the world, all those with documents, all those that have science degrees in every single school that you can imagine around the planet. If it's been sold to you somewhere by some scientists that it's good for the goose and it's good for the gander, I will tell you something about that science. That's the science I use. I use their science. And now we can understand using their science, right? End result, truth or lie, irrelevant to the fact of how they put together that science, where they got their diplomas. Because remember, before they make a mixture, each and every one of those that get in there know what's on the shelf. If you're in plumbing, you're probably going to see everything to do with plumbing. If you're in electricity, you'll see everything to do, every piece and part with electricity. When you walk into that room to work on something that needs to be worked electrically, like you will look at all the numbers, all the wires and whatever tools they use, whatever terms they use, the times and periods they work, they don't work, when they're on holiday, if they're out on holiday, what their landscape is, how they're commercialized. You know, so when you're doing numerology, I like to look a little bit deeper than just the, just like the analytics of the end result. You know what I'm saying? I want to know how it got to that end result. You know, that Timex watch, keep on ticking. Why is it time X? Why are they using the number 5 twice? How are you saying the word? I mean, would you say Tim X? Hey, check that watch out. It's the Tim X. Hey, I like that. It's the Tim X. But you know what? I get the Tim H. Yeah, they say it's the Tim Hortons. Anybody ever hear of Tim Hortons coffee? I'm from Quebec, and when they say Horton, uh, for me, it sounds like Horton Hears a Who. It also seems to me like out of time, like Tim Horton, we're out of time. It also says the golden time, because within time, within the word Horus, within the word outside, within the word gold, the expression and the way you write it is a little bit and similar to the same. Gold would be OR. It's also 33, 15, and 18. 15 is going to be a reflection of 2, 5, and 8. 15, in fact, is a reflection of the entire star system of 9. 15 is the reflection of the star system of 9. Just so happens, I brought my calculator with me. Just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Where is this? I think it's out here. Oop, where'd they go? Coming in? Come on. Come on. Well, I thought for sure, I know I have my calculator somewhere. Come on, this is not possible. Not possible. Very impossible. Very impossible. Have my calculator. Got no music. Would anybody like to hear like some like really soft? I hate to do this. Hey, Alexa, pull up a chair and a paper and come do some writing for me. Can you do dictation? If you ain't got a pad and a paper, if you ain't got, like, I like to work with this. Everything seems backwards on you. Whoop. You know, I try to keep it entertaining. I try to, I'm going to have to straighten this out a little bit. I want to keep it entertaining. I don't want to lose my place in thought. I haven't invited anybody up here yet. I see there's somebody who wants to come up. Hey, Chris, how you doing? I'm just putting that on hold right now. I'm not ready for any questions right now. And everything's got to stay on beat, right? So this thing I held up was the alphabet of the zodiac signs. The first sign is five letters. For those who don't know what I do, and I'm still not even finished, okay, my primary need in order to really tell a full story of what's going on in the alphabet, I'm still learning. And at the same time, I throw my letters around based on absolutes that have already been signed signatures to those who study astrology, to those who study the astrology of those who study astrology, to those who have pages, review pages for and against, for those who fact check. So everybody is already tearing everything apart. So we can already look almost 360 degrees. Should we be looking 360 degrees, or should we be running in a straight line at the same time? Because we want to also, at the same time, find out the opposition in numbers, opposition in alphabet. Of course, of multiple levels of alphabet, you know, A1, A6, whatever you want. We can use the multiple of 6, where the multiple of 6, 351 times 6 equals to, the multiple of 6 alphabet is 2106, okay, or 9021. I don't know very many for that. Oh, you know how I know this? Divide this, I think, by 6 equals to 351, right? 351's 153 fish. 35, anytime you see 35, 5 times 5, 5 plus 5 is 10. Right, I have to write this out. I don't know who's excited here. I really don't. I don't know who's excited. But I can tell you I am. I'm always excited. My nephew's at school, home alone, plugging it in right now. Try to remember, you know, oh, my plug's not even long enough. So I'll have to move the plant over. You know what I'm saying? I have to plug it in, move the plant over, then shove you back in the plant. So we're gonna have to change the decor. I'm in the freaking White House. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, it's floating. Can we go out there? The illusion, the blue, is that the blue? That's the coffee machine. Holy crap. No warning. Over 60, first man get killed by a coffee machine. Scared the behoopers out of me. Okay, so let me see what I was talking about. Let me try and keep up with myself. If you go back to anything I wrote down, if you want to know about 7, you want to know about 11, you want to know about number 33, where I find it, what it possibly does. There's so many people out there that study the analytics, what 33 is in words, right? What is 33? Why do I like 35? Why is 35 amazing, right? Why is 35 so amazing, right? Maybe I can tell you about the rotation of 35, synchronizations of 35. There's so many things hold on a second. That pen's no good. How's everybody doing? So silent as it is. Maybe we should put on a little bit of music. Maybe we should put on some music. Let me see if anybody has any questions over here. I see Sir Ibis, Mr. Moon. Let me go down. Oh my God, there's 1,000 things here. I'm sorry I didn't notice, but that's a lie. I did notice there were people that were popping up. I see the number at the top, but I never believe what I see, and I don't believe everything I read. And everything I read, I don't read it the way you think you sent it. I read it my way, although the context of what you wrote comes from your mind, your way, that I understand it from how you sent that letter. I can read what you wrote, but I don't receive what you wrote, but I still read it. But does that mean if I'm reading, am I translating properly? Is my matrix and your matrix reading the same words? When we look at the instructions and you look at the instructions, some of the easy instructions is the blue button says on. Press the blue button to turn it on. When it turns on, the light will turn on. Which light? What color will the light be? Is there only one light? Is there supposed to be two lights? How do I know if the first light that comes on is not just a warning light for the second light to turn on before I'm allowed to move again? So I need full instructions on this. Like, I need to know which foot do I move, and if I only move one foot, I'll have my feet separated. Did I start off with my feet in the same place at the same time? And while I was walking, one foot was in front of the other. I don't think I bring my feet together until I stand still and stop. And then again, I never do put my feet together. I usually angle them off. I feel a little bit more sturdy. I'm cranked. I'm ready to look in many more than just one direction, one perimeter. So I expand my feet in different directions, and I look around. I crouch down a little bit, and I'm trying to see if anybody's around. You know, it's like surround sound, making sure that the speakers get out so everybody hears, and then the two speakers meet and match at a certain point that when you're standing there, you can feel the vibration, but not feel it at all, because that's where we are in this world, feeling that vibration from altered motions. How's everybody doing today? Anyways, that's just my perception through understanding, and through the understanding of the rotation of these numbers. I call this is the heart. And I'll tell you where I get this from, okay? Well, some missing information. Here is the story. Should I color it in? Should I color this in? So I'm going to look down. You know, I need a big screen in front of me. I need a whole bunch of things. I like to get into some comfortable positions. I don't like to force and lose my energy that it takes away from my mental. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. And I don't want everybody in my way, you know, doing too much for me, because then I can't think on my own. If I'm going to fall down, let me fall down. You know, I want to see where I end up, because if you don't let me fall down the one time that I have no help, and boom, I fell down and I got up. Look at that. I fell down. I got up. Oh, I fell down again. Well, how come you're not crying? Because I fell down? I only cry when others want me to cry. I'm just crying for everybody to be quiet already. Okay, where are we? No, I'm only kidding around. Why am I going so fast? Okay, I'll slow down. Road runner, if he catches you, beep, beep. Well, why the beep, beep? Why the beep, beep? So this one's got the beep, beep. And when it came to the Flintstones, right, it was the bam, bam. So one was a 4-letter word and one was a 3-letter word. I spoke earlier in the earlier video, the thing about 3 letters and 4 letters, that 4 letters, right, 4 letters, 4 letters at a 27 evaluation reverse alphabet equals to 4 by 27 equals to 108, or 80 plus 28, whereas 3 letters is 3 by 27 equaling to 81. So everybody knows this connection already, right? Does everybody understand this connection? What's going on? What I just did? What I just said? Did I lose you with what we were just doing 2 minutes ago about 3? Where did I write this down? Please tell me where it is. I'm a little all over the place. I am not happy. There is so much going on. Too much vision. Oh yes, I got it over here. So let's finish one thing at a time. We should pinch it, right? We should pinch it. Just like, oh yeah, that would be the best pinch. I've made it. I've made it. See, I can't show that part, right? I'd have to do something with, look at my hands. Is there a green screen? Does anybody see anything happening where my fingers are? Does anybody see that black? It's not a green screen. That, I mean, if I do this, that's not a green screen. What does it look like to you? Where's my hand going? Am I going to lose it? Oh my God. It's coming from where? Where is it coming from? I can feel it. I can feel it. It exists somewhere out there. Can you see it? Like I'm on the other side of it. You can't see it in the light, right? See, it gets lost in the light. But look, it's right here. But then I don't have to do anything to it. And it's still there. There's nothing behind me. There's no green screen. Bring you back into this world. Okay, so let's look at these comments. I'm going to take 1 minute over here, get myself a glass of water. Want to welcome number 35. Oh, I'm going to do that piece. Hello, Chris, again. I want to see if I have anything left. I think I have like 5 minutes of more speech over here. Then I'm going to see if I'm going to break out of the Zodiac, but I do want to end up with words. I'm not looking to go off. We don't speak politics over here on this channel, nothing at all. If you do want to mention anything about it, you can mention a color, right? I don't speak about, if I speak about anything, I like to go to the dive as it's a monkey, it's a dragon. What are dragons like? What number goes with dragon? What is the mutable sign? Like if I'm looking at mutable signs, right? Then during the day is 24 hours. So therefore, let me look at this. Let me do this right now. But before I go there, we're taking a 2-minute break. I'm going to work on this, that, and then I can let you come up. I'm going to read the rest of what everything says. A golf chart. I'd have to understand that a little bit more. Hey, Kenny, like the live. Chris, okay, brother. Chris, okay. Kenny, like the live. Invite Mystic Rebel. I know Mystic Rebel. Yes, Mystic Rebel apparently does alchemy something to do with the zodiac. He says he's the best. He's number one. He's never been wrong. He's 100% right. He's better than anybody else. If you believe anybody else, they're only guessing. And then he puts people on his show, and he's just the best. I mean, I'm only repeating what he said. Now, if you want my opinion, what my opinion is, I like the word that he chose for alchemy. I like that word. I like the pink that he chose for this. I disagree with his way of speaking. I think it's very hurtful when I get on the channel to listen to it. I think it's like somebody cutting me up. I feel like crying when I come on his channel. Is it because I'm jealous? Because somebody is so intelligent to be able to market themselves in the alchemy way to being understanding that if I understand the word alchemy properly, I don't want to say, but with what I do, I try to understand to the depths, okay, of how things came together from all elements. And I think that's what alchemy is. And if this is what they're doing, that means they must not neglect any of the zodiac analogies within that alchemy. Otherwise, it's a false alchemy. You cannot deny something when they work on putting together anything and everything that has ever been made. Whatever they have ever done is not thrown into the garbage. The blueprints, the documents are put into a drawer, right? The USB, the Akashic records of the element of every process they have done. The only difference between now and then is some of the elements have changed, which what made what couldn't be done before at a certain level now possible, because the new element or particle that has now been input into this, making for a complete new overhaul of looking for the same item with the same context under different rules or duress, because they found an element that they can fit in that will bypass what their hindrance was in order to get the job done a lot quicker, a lot smoother, more harmonic, all right, with no gaps or misses. And this is what I see happening right now. I think there's a lot of gaps and misses right now. And I think they had to put in that 13th moon in order to run their 7-day system. According to the 1 in a million theory, is that if I was the 1 in a million and we went to 999,999, does anybody know that theory? The 1 in a million theory? The 1 in a million theory. The 1 in a million theory is also known as Littlewood's Law of Miracles, suggests in the course of a normal lifetime, events with odds of 1 in a million or miracles occur at the rate of about once per month. Here's a more detailed. The origin theory is attributed to the British mathematician Johnson Ederson Litwell. It argues that if we consider an event with 1 in a million chance to be a miracle, then we should expect to experience roughly one such event per month. Calculations. Littlewood's law is based on the idea that the rest time we're awake and the activity engaged in life, events occur at the rate in 1 per second. Debunking the theory is often used as debunk the idea of certain events are truly miraculous suggestion. They are simply coincidences that occur within certain probability. Related to concepts, it's related to more in general law of truly of numbers, which states that large enough sample size to simply improbable event is likely to happen. If you think about every event that ever happens to you in a day, roughly 30,000, then in a month, about 1 million events. 30,000 a day, they say. So about 1 million, you can expect to experience one event with 1 in a million chance. So here's the way it goes. Does anybody know about this? I'm going to speak about it in a minute. I'm going to speak about that 5 theory. I'm going to read the rest of the comments. I'm going to put the music a little louder. And this is the 1-2 theory. One of the first 2 numbers everybody ever learned in their lifetime is Papa, Mama. And the one question was, you got to go? You got to make a pee-pee? Caca? 1, 2. Pee-pee, caca, 1, 2. Pee-pee, caca, 1, 2. Got to remember that. Got to remember. Never forget. Never forget. How's everybody doing? Let's see if I can back this up. I hope everybody remembers. I hope everybody can remember. So let me go over some of these messages. First of all, okay, this is good. I'm wondering if everybody can still see me because I can see my comments better now because I made my screen big. So I don't know if you can see me, but this is what it is. Good afternoon, divinely guided. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, kisses. Good afternoon. What is not forbidden is abyss and the moon. What is not sparkling is not forbidden. What is something that is gazzy? What is sitting on my giant dog bed? What is divine? Remember the hair. Harley Davidson, the hair is also the Ra, which is the king, right? So when you put Lee to Harley, also HD, right? Which is the hyper defensive mode, right? Hyper defenses mean no matter how you go, you get to the point where you get to a certain defense. And no matter how low you go, you get to a mode of certain defense again. Okay. It's the understanding of the area space you occupy mentally. Okay. Is also going to now involve you physically. Okay. But it's more of a mental state and not a physical state. It's huge. In fact, there's more mental dilemma there is in this world than any other dilemma at all. Right? Because it's all about how you feel. The end result is how you make yourself feel. Right? Doesn't matter who it's for, whether it's for somebody else, whether it's part of because it's just for you and you forget about everybody else, and where you think you're involving everybody else, you have involved nobody at all. Oh, I know, I lived it. So here is what it is. I don't know, I'll take these comments off. I'll get back to them after. That's what they all say, Okay. 5 times 5, 25. 5 plus 5, 10. That's the part I didn't do. And earlier on, I forgot to mention that when there's no I has been removed from the game. What's left in the game is E and J, or ones and zeros. Why did they do that? In Canada, they removed the penny. In Canada, we have CFL football that runs in Trinities 3. In America, they have NFL that runs in fours. The three-letter word and the four-letter word, right? The three-letter word and the four-letter word. The four-letter word is 108, 8 and 1. The three-letter word is 81, runs with Venus, runs with the trinity of 336s. We're going to have to understand what that 336s is, how it takes 312 inches equaling to 36 inches to regard it as what is a yard. And inside the word yard, we're also going to have to activate the word third. Third goes with RD, third position, RD. I like to divide up, associate, etc., with the understanding of my ABCs. And the basic understanding of ABC, indoctrination, especially into the fourth, somewhere between your first and fifth year, sixth year of birth, is when the Olympics come in. And then you're going to hear at this time, I mean, indoctrination in this time and age, right? What is the indoctrination in this time and age on a general level? What is always the same thing? Happy birthday. It's tomorrow. It's today. It's yesterday. All the basics somebody can remember. All the things the kids remember now. What things do the children remember now? Be aware of what the children say now, because this is tomorrow. I know. I heard it. I lived it. I'm 40 years later than it, and some. In fact, when I left, before I even left high school, I sat on the stairs, I looked around me, I was 17, and I just saw the future. I just saw it. I just saw it. This is where I just spent my last 10 years with people I knew, and everybody was going in their own direction, right? Everybody was making their own choices, breaking off. Everybody was being split up. So anyways, yeah, so where were we with this number? The 10th letter J. Everything plugs into the ocean. Numbers 7 and 5 go on top of this. 7 and 3 is 10. 5 and 5 is 10. Why 10? A, B, C, D is 10. When you connect the high and the low number, 1 and 9 is 10. Oh my God. 1991, 72. This is the house, the money house, the brown house. This is the house that connects AI. This is the house that connects your DNI to the spirit, right? This is your 7 and 13 rotation, okay, of 13 of your moons, of your 1 in a million, 999,000 is right here. The 1 in a million sits right here. Here is your cycle of the moon, your 28 days, right? 3 by 28 is 84. The cycle of Pluto is 84. Okay, we're going to see that further on. Remember, 4884, very important. This is where Harley Davidson, communication, the rabbit comes in. The rabbit is number 52. you have the word rabbit. The IT system is number 29, right? This one I like to call from the negative of the ocean. 4 times 5 equals 20. 10 by 2 equals 20. This is a 20 even number. This is a 9 odd number. Okay, it's 4 times 5, 20. 4 plus 5, 9. Mathematically, star system wise, they work out perfectly. Also represents the sun. So although it's talking about the energy, the ocean, it's also talking about the sun. Number 29. Number 19, for some reason, connects to the moon. I don't know why it does it that way, but that's what it does. 19 will connect within the moon, and 29 connects within the sun, right? The 29th day also connects back to the moon, in which on the 29th day, right, go, 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 both sides. So before I get to the 29th day and forget to let anybody else have a chance, or maybe it's not that time, maybe it won't be that kind of video, I don't know. But I have to look at the rest of everything else. But let me finish this, then I'll go through everything. So what happens over here is 2 and 3, okay, are not the same, okay? And where they're the same and where they're not the same, I'll explain it to you. When you talk about the letter I and R, there's only 2 of them. There's only 2 of this in this house. The I and the R are both 9 in Pythagorean single-digit alphabetical count, where R is 18, 1 and 8, 9, and I is 9. So it's 3 times 6, 3 plus 6, which what fabricates this. You know what the funny thing is that what creates 1, what creates 6? Well, 6 times 1 is 6, 3 times 1 is 6, so both 1 and create the same with the same. It's not the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it a little bit different. 1 plus 2 equals to 3. You double 3, you get 6. So this gets to live within this house. Or is it because the cube, right? A 3 by 3 cube, your telephone has 9 numbers, right? So when this gets triplicated, when this is triplicated, you now have the face of yourself. So if you look at your phone, you're going to have 9 numbers, 3 rows of 3 in all the directions, correct? Not only that, the face is 9. There's your 9 numbers. It's either going to be like this with a 5 in the center, or it's going to be like this. This and this are not the same. Male and somehow female. This is female, but yet this is the house of Isaac and Abraham. And the Isaac lives inside the split house of Abraham. 4 and 3, 3 and 4. 34 cold, 43 hot. 77, Jesus Christ. 74, energy, power. Just numbers that go along with that rhythm. So let me finish it off. Let me finish it off. So 5 times 5, 5 plus 5 is 25, and 10 equaling to 35. The heart of the cube is 3.5. Ironic that the heart of the cube is 3.5. All the opposites of this are going to equal 7. If you see 3 and 5, if you see 3 and 6, you need to see 4 and 1. If you see 2 and 3, you have to see 4 and 5. It's not what I want. If you see 2 and 4, right, you have to see 5 and you have to see 3 and 5. Okay, so they all have to equal to that. That's why my number is correct. Just using games. Also, when you play the game roulette, all the payouts are 35 to 1. And the divisions of all the houses are 17. And when they shut down TikTok, a few months ago, right, there were 170 million. When they shut down TikTok and the time they shut down TikTok and the Jubilee, remember that Jubilee? Was it on the 25th day? 2 times 5, 2 plus 5. It's what makes things small and big again, like an air pocket, like taking the air out of the heart at 3.5. 1.25, 1.25, 1.25 times 28 equals to this. One times 7, 4 times 7, 5 times 7. Look at that. The father goes into the mother, creates what is now the brother, but under a different context. 741, 7 months of 31 days, 4 months of 28 days, 4 months of 30 days, and the 1 month of Valentine's. The eternal sign is amongst these areas. These are all eternal. You put one chip, you get 36. You put one chip, you get 8 plus 1, you get 35 plus 1. 135 splits the sun. So all of you and coming into creation, this is where Aquarius and Pisces come in right here. The communication come in through Gemini and Leo. Why does this fit the moon? Why does this fit Electric Company? I need to make the happy medium at 10. I need to make the lowest number at 10. That's why. I need to know where my lowest number is. It's at 10. I need to know my highest number is at 17. That's what I need to know. I can't use 11. 11 is not my lowest number. 10 is. I can also use as the lowest house in numbers is 3. 1, 2, 3 is the lowest house. But when you start looking at the combination, right, surrounding 1, what is my first one? First, I am 11. I am 11 and 1 myself, 12. Pisces. I am the ocean. I am Aries, and I am the ocean. I don't know why it says that. And this runs under the 147. And what is that? The cardinal sign, right? I am 1, 2, 3. I am 5 and 1. I have 11 and 1. 11 and 5. 5, 11 is when the election was. Communication. This is the energy. This is Christ. This is the 7 months, the 30 days and the 31 days. Here it's 15 equaling to 6. Here it's 12 equaling to 3. Here it's 6. So it becomes 366, perhaps the 366 days of the year. This way, it's going to be 7. This way over here, it's going to be 9. So 1 extends to both. On one side, 7. On the other side, 9. That's the mother. This is at the divided gate. It becomes the mother. And since it is that difference, its average becomes 7 on this side. 1 over to 6, 7. 1 over to 8, 9. Sorry, it becomes 8. Over here, 1 and 7, 8. A direct connection in your birth. We do that with number 3. We can do the same thing. On this side, it's 11. On this side, it's 7. It's 7, 11 through 4 and 8. This is our birth through Pluto over here. Harley Davidson, rabbit ears. Harley Davidson, Ra, the sun god. The sun god, burnt orange. Burnt orange, it's about communication. When the ashes, when the message gets burnt from the soul, adding on the soul within the red hot message must be delivered. Beep, beep, the rabbit hair, very fast internet. The rabbit and Bugs Bunny, BB and R work together. It's 2 times 9 equals to 18R, where Bugs Bunny was the 22 and Roadrunner was the 1818. The 2 for B and B, just for the first letter. When the Roadrunner couldn't make it that day, because that's what they did in the programmation, They put Bugs Bunny to replace the Road Runner, where the coyote was chasing him. A lot of things they did in Warner Brothers, WB, right? 23 and 5. 23 and 5 times 2 is 47. Also Bell Communication, right? So it was passed on really early. They had to give us full communication and full source, that when we were younger, that we should know that when we are older. Remember, right? Remember what we kept on saying. Look at those good old days. Hey, Phil, you remember those good old days? Right? I'm 60 and I see the good old days, but as I saw the good old days go by, right? I didn't, and as I aged, I started to see that my understanding, as I went through them and saw things that didn't make any sense to me today, okay, I look back and go, but did nothing about it. Did nothing about it. Except for the last 20 years, made a lot of different choices. It's ugly out there. I'm telling you. That's why I stick to these numbers and I don't like to get involved. So we're going to finish off with all these numbers. Again, 3.5, or how about the heart on roulette? Why would they put the roulette here? Why would they put Q? Why do they mark 8, 8, and 8 inside a roulette? Right? Why does this number over here, 58, 74, and 90 equal 222, 66, 74, and 86, okay, equal to 222, or 70, 74, 78 equal to 222? I got 6, 6, and 6. This entire anatomy of this cube, okay, is all going to show 888 star system wise. When you see brother, mother, father, the THER is 51. So if you want to know who they are, take off the R and put a Y, right? That'll give you 25 instead of giving you 18. We just have to understand what the 25 is. I can either tell you, make you believe, right? Or just give you the absolute numeric value of it. It'll be 58. The word 58 is Father. Word 58 is Father, right? Plus 7 is 65. Yeah, the Father becomes 65. 6 and 5 is within inside the cube. Okay, if you put a Y there, it becomes within inside the cube. Is not the far they, just add a Y over here, but I'm not going to do it. You know, inside of Father, just take off these two and put faith, right? So faith is in you. The Father is within inside of you, right over here. This is that expression, E-R, 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 right? TH inside the rabbit, 28. It's not with a TH, 28. Okay, it's an 18 and 1, 19 and 9, 28. It's a 20 and 4, 24 for the 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, to the 28 hours, 6 days a week. We run this number through the understanding of 1 in a million. This is the cycle of our moon. It's also the understanding that this represents Earth. We are the representation of the copper of Earth. Into the third world we are born, the lowest of all. Miscommunication, communication, and miscommunication at the same time. Welcome in, miscommunication. Thank you very much. That would be me. We are all part of the miscommunication. We also made a choice, right? It's like a train track saying, do you want to miss the exit or take the exit? And we all chose to miss the exit because we've been here before. Right? So to choose a place, they tell you exactly how ugly it's going to get. And you'll say, I'll choose this time period. You'll go, sold out. I wanted to be born in 1847 and it was sold out. Man, wow. What a time I would have had for those 28 years they would have allotted me. Yeah, my time period for my first life, when I looked it up in the criteria, they only gave me 28 years. So I chose the 97-year route. They said, when you get older, you'll get smarter. I said, don't talk no more. I stopped them right there. I like the getting smarter part. I knew I would be part of Agent 86. For those of you who don't know Agent 86, look up Agent 86. So we're going to finish off with this. So we have 7 times 5, 3.5, the heart of the cube. 35 is the heart of the payout within the 38 numbers of roulette. We have, yes, the Roadrunner and the Coyote, the double R for 18 and 18, 36, or B and B for 4. 4 and 9 do run together, those number. Fourth finger and ninth finger, 94 Uranus, right? The seventh planet, born at the seventh gate, something to do with Uranus. So we can see all these fives fitting in over here. So when I say the 1 in a million, right? First of all, let's go back to Aquarius, 9 and 2 and 3. That 9 and 2, before anything becomes into creation, it's 9 and 1 and 9 and 2, right? And then your creation will begin when 1 comes between 2, creating 3. But there was another reason for the 2 and 3. The 2.5 separation, there's a separation between 2 and 3, and the 2 is going to equal to 10. The number 2, 2 cents equals to 10, and 7 cents equals to 5. So if you have 8 and 12, hold on a second. So if you have 3 and 7, you will pay 5 cents. If you have 8 and 12 or 11, you'll pay. So this is the 2 cent, 1 cent. When they took the penny off the market in Canada, right, it's actually 3, 4, 6, and 8, 9, 11. So your 8, 9, 11, and 12 all fit together. So the association of your 9, 11 might be in consequence of Scorpio, Aquarius, or Sagittarius Pisces is what that crisscross actually is. And the reason I say it this way is although 8 and 11 are both even numbers, run for the cycle, 8 and 11 run the lunar cycle, 11 is 1 and 1 is 2, it can be reduced, but 11 doesn't show up, okay, until 2 shows up, right? And that 2 is now seems to be a reservation for the 11. They're reinitializing, okay? When they take off the 2 and the 1, right, they initialize only number 14 now. 15 and 20. So now I have to think, if they're initializing it this way, I'm going to go 5, 10. So I'm going to get back to that song I sang yesterday. 5, 1, 6, 2, 7, 3, 8, 4, 9, 5. But instead of that, when I say 10, 15, 20, 25, 2 and 5 is 7, 30, 3 plus 0 is... Blink, no blink. Come here. Come here. What? Give me a kiss. There's no dog. Is there a dog? What? Hold on. Is there a dog here? Was there a dog somewhere? Where's the dog? Where? There's no dog here. Are you mean? Where did you come from? What planet are you from? Oh my God. I know where they're from. He's from Rex. Are you from Rextown, Texas? Are you from Rextown, Texas? Where'd you go? Yes. We haven't got anything accomplished here. So yes, so just let me see if I can finish off this thing with the 5s. So you can understand what I spoke about what happens with the 2? Only the I and the R go at number 2. Nothing begins until number 3. So really we can't start until Pisces, right? Number 3, 1 and 2 fits between that. In order to create Earth, I need 1 and 2 to come together. I need Venus to come in. Venus and Mercury have no moons. Therefore, therefore Mercury will now play a role, okay, with Earth. But Earth will pick up the 2 moons of Mars. Now, Venus will pick up the singular moon as Mercury, okay, is going to work, okay. I'm going to have to put Mercury, Venus, communication center of our entire planet is right here, where Venus, okay, and Mercury have no moons. So associate 1, the moon of Earth, with Venus. Associate the 2, okay, moons of Mars with Mercury. Venus 2 and 1, Mercury 1 and 2, they both become the 33 of the creation of the Christ. The 3 by 3 equals to the 9 birth, and the 3 plus 3 equals to the 3 life of man of 6. That's the binary code, the movement of 6, everything to do with 6. The 1 in a million is when you add the 1 left over from the 999,999, you make the million. So in this circumstance, what happened with the Mayan is right over here. They took this 999,999, they divided it by 13, and they gave you the answer. Okay, they gave you the answer, and this is who you are. You are born connecting the 13 moons to your birthday. Your individual month of birth is negotiated this way. Since you're born, known as 6, your numeric value shows up right over here. Since you are born where? What is your 6 associated with? To connect to the opposite or alter part of the zodiac, you connect your 6 with your 7, telling you are always connected between the 12 zodiac signs. You are the 999 supposedly of that association. So when connecting these two, you should equal to 99999. That's your connection to the separation in your birth. Each one of these move over to put your birth in between these two, or connecting these two, connecting what is the year and the moon right over here. Where did I go? Right over here. Now, are we all born here? In reality, yes. According to this number of 13, you must be born between 6 and 7. It's also telling you Earth and Mars. It's also telling you 51 and 52. It's one rib over the other rib. Electric company. I'm just trying to see which I can see. 63, 9, 4, and 8, 12. I'm just trying to see what's inside. But you can notice on this side, to the 7th day, here's the same thing, right? Here's another one. One has to do with the 7 days. One has to do with the 13, right? So if the 7 days runs off the sun year, right? Can we run it off the sun year? It seems like there's time missing in the sun year. There's the same amount of time missing in the sun year, right? 7 times 52 over 13 times 28. 7 times 52, 5 and 2 is 7, 7 over what is 7 times 28. 2 and 8 is 10, 7 and 10, 7 and 1. So this side is 7 and 1, and this side is 7 and 7. It's pretty interesting. The gateways within is the power within, running up and down from the same spine, keeping life within you 7 days a week. So we must run both of these scales overlapping at the same time. Why are they seem to be based both overlapping on 20? I'm going to have to look at that. The other thing, like I mentioned, is the alphabet. The average letter in the alphabet is 351 divided by 26 equals to 13.5, right? And that also divides the sun I already knew that because it splits between N and M. It also says ace. It's also the orange ball in pool, but the division of the alphabet between the higher part of the alphabet, between the lower part of the alphabet, right? Between the lower part of the alphabet. Just want to see where I am with this. A through M equaling to 91, to the higher part of the alphabet, A through Z equaling to 260, right? The total of the alphabet is 351. The average of the alphabet is 13.5 times 26, right? The average of the lower part of the alphabet is 13 by 7. The average of the upper part of the alphabet is is 20 by 13. Now, I didn't get the heart of the alphabet, and I would take the heart of the alphabet as H I J K L M N O P Q R S. That's what I want to do. I want to do it between G and T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it stays the same thing. So it's 27 once. So how many is it? It's 6 by 27. 120 and 42. It's 162. That's going to touch on Venus. It's going to touch on the moon. 162 touches on Venus, 81 by 2. Venus is number 81. 81, there's another number, 243, part of our vibration in Trinity. Venus in Trinity is within our vibration. It's also the AB6. It's the house part of vibration. It's towards the clock, right? We have to run 100% because we run 100% of time all the time, right? So we're not actually, I don't think in general, we're not running only the day clock. We're running all the clocks at the same time, right? So everything that runs outside this world is running in sequence with us right now. It has no choice. It's all about us. It's not about anybody else. Are we about somebody else's life choices or our own life choices? Is somebody else in the system going to change us by their own desire or by the desire of their alternate creator, which is like we're this and they're on like strings. They operate them, they filter, they put new ideas into them that should put new ideas into us. They tinker with them. You know what I'm saying? You wake up one morning, you're not feeling well. Well, just don't think it's because of this world over here. Cider. So let me see. 260. But if I run this into Trinity, it becomes 78. That's a gateway. 78 is a power gate. It's to the constellations. I know. 78. I like to use 7 and 7 and 8 and 8. 77 is the power. 88. This is for the house. Something to do connecting the two parts of the zodiac of 6 and 6 to the house. I don't know what it is because this is part where dog comes in. If it was through the vibration, I would say that's towards the body. The reverse of 2 and 6 towards what 1 and 5 is. Now I have to question that. 2, 3, 4 is what fits into its position to what reconnects into 3, 4, and 5. 3, 4, 5, and then the opposite cube of this is 1 and 5, and that's our vibration. The 4, 3, 2 is huge. When things split between 3 and 4, or when things join together because it's the same corridor, right? I forget what I was saying with that. So on the lower house, it would be 1 and 2 below 3. On the upper house would be 5 and 6, right? So the low house would be 3, the upper house would be 11, and the heart between the two would be 7. So it'd be 7 come 11, either inside the upper house or at the 7th gate in birth. coming into creation, coming into the house of Vet. Okay, let me now look through all of what I missed here in comments. Let me pull all the comments out. Okay, and I have to go back like a few of them. So let me see what I'm missing. Wow, and I'm missing a lot for a while. So give me a minute. The 13th zodiac sign I only can see as being the one in a million, and that would be you taking up the happy median that brings the rest of the zodiac signs into light. Yes, for the car. Yes, absolutely, Chris. Yes, yeah, but it's not. But that's funny that you said that. Maybe I should have used that to create it. Everything I drink is sparkling water. Once I drink something, it begins to sparkle within my own eyes. So did I have an awesome 17,000 employees at TikTok? Let's not take upon what is us other than to note that on this day there was persecution. Chop that up, put it into the diary, put a name alongside. Eventually, all the stories, even though they're individualized, undocumented, without any rata of performance, when we enter these things into the new game, I have to find a way to put in the personal things, undocumented stuff in one area. So right now I'm playing more with history of everything. 3322, huge number, huge number. 81, huge number. They're all huge numbers, but 3322 is communication center. It's double communication. Also could be looked at as it's communication, and it's communication again. Just keeps being citizen communication. Hey, how you doing? You're welcome. Okay, so I think I went through all of this. So now, so now is the time. I was going to invite whoever wanted to come up. Would be much easier now than before, because now I'm going to go and just go through some of my stuff and see what I haven't done. Yeah, this has been some day today, just learning about that. Like, I was a little confused sometimes. I was even thinking about better understanding how numbers can work in Fibonacci. And nothing goes from being this to being that without some sort, at some point, a transformation. Is the time lapse and exterior formation the same thing while everything is changing on the inside? Does it go unnoticed, right? Sometimes things may go unnoticed. Something you never knew was coming from today to tomorrow, it went unnoticed. Does the body let anything go unnoticed? What are the warning signs? We came into this world. Are there any extra warning signs? Right? And we can't sit here and worry about anything like if we ever want to take care of the reality of our health, right? Our mental wellness. At the same time, how come when we want to take care of our mental wellness that we don't understand that we're not going to take care of our mental wellness? Well, you take care of your eating, part of your mental wellness. If you take a look around and listen to everything that's going on, part of your mental wellness, right? Knowing the difference, okay, from what perspective, part of the mental wellness. So it's just like it's part of the messenger, it's part of the stamp, part of the delivery, part of the breath, part of taking your time to take a look around you. We're going to take a 2-minute break here. Just want to plug this in. I want to play this a little bit louder. Maybe I'll play that song. Which song did I, hold on a second. Let me look this up. I'm very upset that I forgot my stand. I'm going to have to go in the garage and build this 900-pound stand to put my phone on. Hold on a second. I don't know which song I should bring out here first in my library. I have Joystein. I have something to do with, I think it was, I didn't name it 38 Gods, but I called it Joystein. And this is about 35 different creators who have come together and left one note for every religious sect on the planet. So I'm going to see if I can get the phone up high enough. Oh, maybe I can get it to face the, maybe I can put it up on the machine here. I wonder if this will help. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. Hold on, I don't know this. Oh no, that's not it. In the beginning, when light did shine, God's singular voice declared, "Let there be light." On the fourth day, He set the stars in line, sun, moon, and stars to govern day and night. 7 days completed, creation's story, God rested. You and all in glory. The 3 6s and 9, 3 visitors to Abraham's tent did come. A promise of a son, a blessing begun. 6 days of labor, the seventh of rest. Completeness and peace, in Sabbath we're blessed. 9 fruits of the Spirit in Galatians we find. Love, joy, and peace with self-control combined. One ark Noah built, salvation's vessel. 40 days and nights the floods did wrestle. 7 pairs of creatures, clean and pure, ensuring life's continuance secure. The 3 6s and 9. The 3 6s and 9. One ark Noah built, salvation's vessel. 40 days and nights the floods did wrestle. 7 pairs of creatures, clean and pure, ensuring life's continuance secure. The 3 6s and 9. The 3 6s and 9. One ark Noah built, salvation's vessel. 40 days and nights the floods did wrestle. 7 pairs of creatures, clean and pure, ensuring life's continuance secure. One up, one hope, one Lord above. Fourfold gospel tells His love. 7 churches and Revelation's light, guided by stars in the night. The 3 6s and 9. 3 days Jonah in the whale, a sign of Christ within the veil. 6 wings on seraphim that fly, holy, holy is their cry. 9 gifts the Spirit does impart to build the church and fill the heart. Numbers tell a story divine and true. In ones, 4, 7s, God's plan we view. 3 6s, 9s, a pattern unfolds. The tapestry of grace and numbers told. One ark Noah built, salvation's vessel. 40 days and nights the floods did wrestle. 7 pairs of creatures, clean and pure, ensuring life's continuance secure. The 3 6s and 9. 3 times 9. 3 times Peter denied his Lord, yet thrice affirmed love his faith restored. 6 water jars that caught his feast, Jesus turned to wine, the joy increased. 9 lepers walked away, 1 returned. Gratitude's lesson by the healed one learned.
One faith, one hope, one Lord above. Fourfold gospel tells his love. Seven churches and revelations light, guided by stars in the night. Nine lepers walked away, one returned. Gratitude's lesson, by the healed one learned.
Yes, so
Numbers tell a story.
I'm gonna find a way to share that on.
One's 4 sevens, God's plan with you.
What is this? I just want to see this one for a second.
الجدول الكوني في أرض الأرقام تصطفي النجوم ونوصل بكوكب في خط مستقيم الحمل إلى الحوت تدور حول الشمس روح فدية رموز قديمة بدت علم النفس بأحلامهم الفطرية عبر ممرات العقل تتفجر اللحامات تتماوث غيره يركب الموجة الكونية مع إحصائيات الرياضة والكواكب النسير تصرف أوقفوا الجدول أوقفوا المحنة ارقص وارقص عبر الاهتزاز.
Does anybody know what language that was? Does anybody know what language that was? Wait, adolescent, I would say, but who would promote? What does that mean? Oh, you think Czech? That was Czech? How would we write that? C-H-E-C-K? Like, are you checking or am I checking? Right? I'm trying to see who's that. I see those. Who's this? Let me see. You are, Rachel is C-O. Yeah, what is the O versus the other O? They sometimes say put a dot in the center of the O if you want it to be the other O and not this O. Okay, so let me go back to the, I don't know what to call it. I'm going to just write this in. This is some other language. It could be from somewhere else in the world, spoken by somebody else that I don't know who they are. And I don't speak that language. And it seems pretty rocky. With my understanding, my vibration is hip with it. And yeah, cool. So if it happens to be your language, leave me a message or something, or a whole bunch of coins at the bottom saying, hey man, that was a cool song. I want to use your song, take your song, take my song away. Go ahead, do it, make my day. Hey, 357, go. Right? We all know that we're all like accustomed, those who are born like at least in the last 30 years, right? At least my son's got this knack. He's got this huge knack. I don't know what it is. It might be the difference in time between his birth. The structure of existence is expressed by Bashar. Is that he likes all the stuff I like, or I like all the stuff he likes, you know? The philosophy, the songs from the 60s, 70s, 50s, 40s, you know? It doesn't matter what it's from. It's once it's in a good vibration. So we have the same vibration as each other, although he's behind times and I'm behind times at the same time. How can I be behind times? My son's half my age. Dad, you're behind times. I'm twice his age. How can I be? How do you go get older and fall behind times from your somebody half the age or one? Your grandchild says, Mom, come on, get with the times. And your mother's going, what? I knew I was really younger. You know, your mother is like, your daughter would say to you, Ma, you're like living in the 40s. Oh, I look that good, eh? Compliments all the time. Yeah, so what I liked about today is I like the understanding between 2 and 3. And the Canadian took the penny off the market. That's huge. That's huge. It happens again with hockey. It happens with football. There are 3 items that show that Canada runs the Merkaba. Something in Canada is running that trinity. So what does it mean to run a trinity? I like to think the octagon as being fixed. And if anything's rotating, it's only rotating within its own realm. Either each individual area is rotating on its own, or this is rotating in an area nobody would know about, right? It's the heart of everything, almost like the sun and moon going up and down every single day. Yet the rivers that flow, even in the years there were no snow, there's just as much flooding, and more than ever. More memory is flooding over. More memory is flooding over. How do we deviate the waters? They calls les trois gorges, the throat. Speak about three, speak about four, speak about more. You know, it's funny. I wrote 15253545, and when it comes to odds, gambling odds or whatever you want to do with odds, they're significant. And I always go back to the big thing about 3 and 5 is it's not 2 and 5. Nothing can begin until 3. 5 is out of the ocean. 5 is the result of 1 and 2. 3 is also the result of 1 and 2. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, and 2 is 5. It's also what I like to call the cap, part of the capstone. Seven and 3 is 10, 5 and 5 is 10. What does that do? I'm going to look at it two ways. There's a huge difference between this and this. Huge. Yes, it's 4-1. But here's another difference. There's a few differences. I'm going to show you a few of them. When I encompass either or, each one of them is 1 away from their corners, right? But this one over here is 4-1 separation. Here, the separation is 8. This dot has a value of 8. Each one of these dots have a value of 8. I have a total value of 32. I have a total value of 8. 4 by 8 is 32. I actually need 32 for my chess game. I also need 2 areas for my chess game, and I need a band. Okay, and when you play Monopoly, you need a band. What does it mean? When you go to a property in Monopoly, they are rectangular compared to the corners. Therefore, the corners are using up the minimum area space of 2 by 2 cubicles, to where the area space of a train is a 2 by 1 cubicle. Yes, you could offset and go 3 by 2 and 1 by 2, but they are not the same, and they are less than and not more than any of the corners. And when using square paper, okay, this is what it looks like. You want to talk about numbers, you want to talk about numerology, you want to talk about area space, you want to understand why they chose those numbers for the area space they occupy, why there's 20 darts in the game of darts, and what can the game say, what does the game say during gameplay, what and how can we use and abuse within the game. Here's the game of Monopoly. You know, here's the game of Monopoly. So what happens is over here is the 13th area, and over here is the 28th area. 12 and 28. Call it purple. Here's 31. Here's 11. Call it 30. Call it 10. The one area here, I'm sorry, perhaps we're at the dart game. Call the center area where the white spot is 50. Call the red area 25. But if we were at the Monopoly, it'd be the money area. Or if you land on free parking or you got anything to pay, it might go in here. Pay it to the people, pay it to the bank. But you know what this center area over here? That's the train center. It's where Harry Potter goes through all the walls. So if you go through time and history, if we were to build, like right now, if I wanted to build, imagine we build this new game, right, that we all share, we can play together. It's called the alphabet game. It's a game of words. You can pick something out in the Bible and decode something, and then your anime is going to run out into your game and play that way for you for what you just numerically added into it through the word of play, through understanding that word. It was like a code, like it's talking to you. Okay, I have to get the dogs. The reason I say this is that when we understand how we actually are implicated into this exact design of this game game comes from the exactitude that has gone on in the last 61 years, where I have bear witness. Not only that, adding in the understanding that the formation is only going to take place through the mathematical equations equated with real numbers and letters from our alphabet, and which have been dictated through games, giving them rules and regulations on what is going on in each game of this set. For instance, with hockey, one is taking place as the goalie. We can use one coach at the bench, but I have one goalie and I have four forwards, even though they're divided by the offense and the defense, 3 and 2. At the same time, I only can get 1 goal and 2 assists. You get the 2-minute penalty. You get the 3 periods of 20 minutes. You get 3 periods of 20 minutes. I know I have to use the number 29 because the 29 always reminded me of one thing: dryness in the den. Why? Because Ken Dryden, right, had a lot of shutouts. The lanky number 29 for the Montreal Canadiens. MC, 3 and 13. One level up from 3 was 13. Before you go from 3 to 4, before you go from 13 to 14. Before you go 23 over to 24. Before you go 33 over to 34. What about it? What am I talking about? What do I mean? Why do I say it? Why should it have any relevance? Does it mean anything? When you run ABC, the ABC equals to 6. When you add it to D4, you automatically equal to a total of 10. My question is now, okay, big deal. Well, 100% of time, I add 4 onto 6 equals to 10. Elon Musk is 4664, just to let you know. Bringing together 100% of 60 seconds. Bringing together what is halftime, 30 and 50. Now, if you add on 10% of your mind or 10% of halftime of the 60 seconds on the clock, you would end up with 3. You would end up with 33. So in the control, the birth and the rotation of one's mind and rotation goes through number 4664, part to do with Jacob's ladder, 11, 11, 11, running the cube, running Saturn square, and running SpaceX. Okay, the initials are EL, like Elohim. So it's EM for me, matter and energy, controlling of the last doorways. Okay, the transfer of Christmas, or the power of Christ. Musk. It's in the numbers. What do? It's exactly where the numbers are supposed to be. Why are they telling us such a perfect story? Now, what we have to look at right now, where back in time does the word Elon Musk, SpaceX, is it because of 3, 6, and 9? Understanding that the Mayans and Elon Musk match up, right? The 13 moons, the 7 days. Did you know that the seven divided by any number divided by 7 will equal to one of the numbers that run for the 7 days a week? When you run, um, 7 days, this is where it's going to be. Remember what I said? 1 in a million. So if you're 1 in a million, only when you're added on to this do you make the million. So because you're man 6, the 6 neutrons, protons, electrons, it runs over here, 666. So multiply this times 3. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 5 is 15, is 6. I got to go times that. 3 times 8, 5, 7, 1, 4, 2 equals to 0. Wow. 3 times 8, 5, 7, 1, 4, 2 equals to 25, 7. 25, 7, 142. 25, 7, 142. 25, 7, 142. Let me see where it is. 25. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. I need to multiply 3 times 6. Okay, so it has to be 18. Okay, it has to be 18. Okay, so now 18 has to be 9, right? So 9 fits with 285741. And that would be 2857. 2857. So what I had to do really is, hold on a second. Because I could have did the other one, right? Do you understand what I just did with this? Really bothering me that I think I lost you in this. You know, it's telling me to invite people. I don't want to scare anybody off. So let's see where else we are inside, what's going on. We're 5 people here. I'm going to call you all out. Angela, what interests you? Why are you still here? Think of anything. Don't just say anything. And don't worry if you say nothing. It's okay. At least I believe you're still here. So you must be thinking of something. Then there's Cat Boz 33, choosing that name. Why would you choose that name? You wanted pizzazz out there. I wanted pizzazz. So you want to put a little color on top of something. You made a large B, a small O for the ounce, maybe 33 ounces. Why did you put the word ounce in there? You wanted 33. Something was strong. Everybody seems to see 33 as strong. So 2 and 1 was no good for you. 5, so you can actually see the strong numbers. So you have strength to see strength. Although 3 would be in the lower house and 7 is stronger, you rather spread your wings out and start from below than making yourself look so great. Pretty interesting that you put location onto your name. Location, you're at the pound. You're ready to send a message out. Although you didn't say boss, you did say boss. R Monroe, you doubled it up. You wanted to think twice, perhaps. You went with 35, so you got a little bit more energy, a little bit more bouncy. You went towards a rhythm with the moon, going with 55, other than with 33, one running into 77, 11, all the power numbers. You went smooth with yours, right? But you still show strength and rhythm with the two sides of who you are in that balance. I see you as the Undertaker, more helping everybody out at each end while balancing your lower style of balance of the rhythmic you hold, a nice smooth lower vibration that makes you get that good vibration all the time. It doesn't take you much to get high on any sort. We have the window guy over here with one eye sparking it up. Not sure if they want to. I have to look at everything two ways, right? I can be completely wrong. And when I'm completely wrong, that's the best thing. I can be half right and half wrong at the same time, more or less what it's about. And we have the window guy. So, wow, it's a lot of strong numbers inside of that. 28, 38, 48, 53. Every single one. The word guy is, I think I mentioned that word the other day. And I don't know if you can see me or even hear me right now, anybody. That's because that's 3388, the window guy. So the window, just to start with, is the association of not only the constellations, but the rotation with the communication of the constellations. So in actuality, you're just like going out there and say like, something's wrong, like just come to me, don't worry about it. I'm laid back, easygoing, I'll help you out. And hopefully you're doing it at an elderly age, like somewhere in your 50s now, because if you say that when you're a little younger, it's hard to understand the wisdom that you might have in order to choose such good words. And you're also using 3 words for your name, unlike the 2 words, just like they do for sports teams, the way they associate the teams with 2-part names rather than 3-part names, where everybody gets the part name joined to the city that they're associated with at the same time. Sending love and peace. Whitney, youngest 144, not 1440, making yourself less than 1,000, coming out of 2 worlds, not out of 3 worlds. So nothing interferes with you. You can actually, without looking behind you, you know what's behind you. Choosing 144. Actually, you're at the heart of both levels of that. Is it good or bad? I have no idea what I'm saying. I'm just telling you where the numbers are. Thank you for your wisdom, the wise dome underneath the dome. There's no E in the word, so I question that. I'm hoping somebody one day will teach me a little bit more. And I always get a little funny in the stomach when I see something new that I think out, like the W before the I inside a word, because the I is very thin, so it doesn't take expansiveness. But when I create, it's hard to understand on my paper how I can get one letter next to the other letter. And when you write it, your letters are closer than I can possibly make them on paper if I should give every single letter its own individual space. The only way to do that is to do it this way. You see the way I create half area space? Well, I can create it like this way now. So now I have all areas, right? You can't go straight across without going up and down. You create heart lines all over the place by doing this. So what becomes the plus? So some of the stuff I haven't answered my own questions yet, right? Like if you see something like this, I always look at that Mayan pictures like, let me out, let me out. And yeah, just give me a second. You know, listening to all the people and preachers, listening to ones, and I laugh. I laugh quite often when people tell me, I left my body this and I left my body that and all this stuff. And, you know, when I was about 13, 16 years old, I left my body. I'll never forget. Wow. It was freaky. But I was with demons and stuff, and we were flying around the house. And I had to go to the bathroom. When I came back, I was like, I just wanted to get up, and they stole my wallet. And they hung me by my legs upside down. And when I went back to sleep, I said, it was so freaking real. I said, you know what? Please, please, please. I want to dream it again. I seriously want to dream it again. Oh, but it was so horrid. Oh, forget about that. It wasn't real. You know, I was able to make my own choices and I dreamed it again, but I still couldn't make I can make the motor choice with my mind, but I couldn't make the movement no matter. The more I thought to try to make that movement, the more it even stopped me before it even happened. And it was just like so frustrating. And I haven't been back. I find it easier to travel while I'm awake with visions and it's not easy to get in there. And I don't do anything to get in there. Although I have been to the Alex Gray Museum somewhere in New York, if anybody wants to pick me up and take me out there to go there again and to get into that world and what Alex Gray, if you ever been to the Alex Gray Museum, right? I mean, if you want to do a science, put yourself through that own science, okay? Then the dynamics of life. Who is scared to live? Does anybody know what life is all about? Why are we here? Whose questions and wants, okay, should be fulfilled and who should be stopped from fulfilling their wants? Has anybody seen over time what the percentage is of certain elements that happen and choices that happen because of somebody's desires and wants and the dangers that can be inflicted within, but one takes the choice and yet sets the dilemma upon the public, upon the family, if something wrong should happen, yet it's not as bad as it is, but it's as bad as they say because whoever told you the truth because of somebody else's needs. See, this is the world I live in. You don't have to, I'm not telling you to live in this world. I'm telling you where I live. This is where I live. It's not too much, I believe. I can't believe anything until I don't like to believe anything. I like to listen. I go, oh yeah, oh yeah. And sometimes I say, they've told me for the 20th time. Why? What reason? So I give myself, like sometimes you don't want to listen to somebody saying something for the 10th time. Sometimes you don't want to say anything and sometimes you listen. And at the beginning, it was like, I could never, I just listen. And now I was so scared to tell people, you know what? Stop. I heard it before. Don't repeat it again. I understood. But after the fourth time of me listening and me not saying anything, I said, I have no morality, right? And I understood that and I know that. And then I say to myself on the fourth time, they must have said it for something. What was the story? And I said, oh yeah, I never really listened to them in the first place. And I go, I'm going to listen to them the fifth time and then I'm going to see what the Lord that chose for okay, but my needs was to listen to that story. And then at that time, I can tell them, okay, I've heard it. I know the story. Thank you very much. Sometimes we also have a tendency to repeat the same story because they don't feel recognized. And then through the dilemma of miscommunication within oneself, that when somebody recognizes it, it's never enough for oneself to have acceptance of the recognition because things cannot be done at the moment and I can't help you. That's the thing. Sometimes we're in dilemma that we don't help ourselves in certain situations and I had Matrix at my door yesterday. Why do you say I had Matrix? Hold on a second. Wait a second. I have to go back and see what just went on. Hold on a second. Yes, the elasticity, very important. Yes, I don't know why you said that. I don't know why you said that. Very important. Slingshot, very important. I don't know which song to help who, but any song I get is to have a different, when you listen to a song, what is it trying to tell me? Is it trying to tell me anything? Is there anything for me? Only when you listen to something, you feel the need that there is more. Have you processed what you have taken in right now and eaten with your ears? You want to talk darts? Yes, thank you very much. Much appreciated. I'm going to get back to the darts. I won't forget about it. Oh, yeah. So if you're still here, Angela, 17, do you know this 17 is partly for the teacher? If you want to know more, please ask me, send me something to make me aware. A bag of rice, a couple of pens, some paper, or just a message. It's up to you. All of them would be beautiful. I'm like being swallowed up for some reason. On my 20th year, I've seemed to have fallen into the funnel by the hands of my recreator. Oh, I am the recreator of who I was when I was set into the wilds at the age of 18. At the age of 18, most of society had their own wheels. I had my social insurance number. Do you have your SIN card? I make my prayers and I'm ready to make it out into the workforce. Who's ready to force me to work? I'm ready to get into the workforce. Come on and get me. I'm free. Oh, you're going to give me a salary. I don't know. Those are the long stocks, right? Salaries like that. Isn't salary is salary longer than is salary longer than carrots? Because I thought carrots were diamonds and diamonds are supposed to be forever. So they want to give me salary. What's a salary? Oh, celery, carrots, diamonds, I don't care. Any vegetable will do. Bring it on up. I'm ready to give it my all for your salary. I hope it's a good stone, because I don't work for nothing. I need a good stone to work for. So what's going on? We need to talk about something to do with the zodiac. We need to have some kind of combinations. Anybody want to come up here and mention anything to do with the zodiac or some piece in the Bible? Some piece everything's questioning, and I don't care whose Bible it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't care whose Bible it is. I don't care. I don't care. Or games, something to do with games. Is there any game anybody wanted to discuss a game? Don't be disgusted with the game. Salary is good with peanut butter. You know, Peanut is number 77. Oh, look, we got our first taker. Whoop, I see all kinds of hearts. You know what's really cool is there's a plant right next to, I can't click it. Oh,
Celery's good with peanut butter. I'm watching Kung Fu Panda, teacher.
so Kung Fu, K, Kong, 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 King Kong, Panda, 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 Japan, Japanese, Panda, Panda, Panda. Can they go into cold?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. So now, because you told everybody, why should you tell anybody that we are right now at this moment, for anybody that is on this planet up at this moment, is re-energizing with the difference of the black and white with judgment, recognition within oneself, to go back a little bit, to take the higher of the lower vibrations, to think of the communication within oneself. The reason I say this is because anything to do with the bear in my lifetime has to do with nudity, stripping everything down. It has to do with the letter
Well, that's
B
funny.
and the letter R, and it has to do with three quarters. And I went through three pens already. I have to find my other pen. Hold on a second.
While you said that, Mr. Panda was hit dead in the growing with one of he was walking through the thing where he's in the thing and all the little arms are like flying around. They're doing the kung fu stuff, and he's supposed to go through the little trial thing, and then it hits him in his stuff, and it hurt him real bad, and he's all beat up right now. It's pretty funny.
So, during the time of illness, Trinity, I'm just trying to think that I'm just trying to think. Wow, this don't taste so good after a year. You know what this is?
No, sir, do not.
I don't know why, but I think, and usually when the plastic goes in, it's not as good.
Right.
This is from Japan.
Uh,
So my nephew brings it home. Him and my grandfather, every time my sister goes away,
mhm.
what did you buy? Food. I just traveled 7,000 miles. I brought him a bag of candy because they have such a different way of doing something. And it's just ironic. Now, I don't know if it's me or it's NPC.
Oh.
If I would tell you where, I just want to show you a quick photo. Um, this is what's going on right now here.
That pupper dog is so cute, though.
He's, I'm telling you, he's right. Listen, we're not 2 inches, we're
Oh my
not 2 inches
goodness!
apart.
He says, "Hey, how's it going?" Oh, oh, camera shy.
What about you, Jack Hart? What? Are you talking?
He said,
Back
"You know what's on the
off.
house?"
Back off.
He said, "You know what's on the house?" He said, "The roof."
Get up on the highway. This, you know what's going on right now? I'll tell you what's going on right now.
He's awesome. Is he a Bernese Mountain Dog?
Oh my God, I have no idea, but it's my sister's. It's something Shepherd. But you want to know what they just told us? They want us to put this song on. Tell me what you get out of this song. Hold on. After 600,000 commercials, I don't want anybody to hear while it's going on.
Oh no.
Woo!
I have one of those. I have a couple of those. Okay, I'll get on the highway. I'm listening. Okay.
whatever comes our way.
I will do it. I'll go warm it up.
Every metal thunder, racing with the wind, and the baby man, yeah, darling, go big, get out front, take the world in a loving embrace. All of the time, one time, explode into space. Nature's child, we were born to be wild. We climb so high.
There you go, Mr. There you go, Mr. There you go. Keep going.
Born to be wild. Born to
Which
be
one, though?
wild.
You'll take that one? That one's not one. You'll take that one? Or that one? Maybe that one.
Does everybody know that I have been speaking here for 20 years and to understanding that I speak about 35 and 53? Hello?
There you go.
I'm talking to you.
Oh. It's a pretty day, too.
So, number 35 or 53 is also the Joker in the deck.
And we got this piece of poop. Lift car.
I told my sister to buy me 25 bags of candy for these dogs.
The anti-theft device. Maybe I should take the bike out today. What do you think?
Of course you have to take the bike out today. What day is today?
Friday.
Wow. Oh my God. How come you don't take what time is it? Not the best hour to take your bike out.
It's 4:08.
Not a good, no, oh, it's 4:08 for you too?
Yes.
Not a good hour.
No, I mean, it's not too bad of an hour right now where I'm at.
Well, you know what? The three things about Friday is this. Number one, the sunset is different. So depending on what direction you're going and what time you're coming back. Number two, those who are coming from school, those who are coming home from work, those who have maybe left work early, went to the bar. There's a lot of complications on Friday, especially on these days right now. These are high vibration days we're running. We've been running high vibration days for over 10 days now. And you're into the new solstice. Again, more for the next month. It's huge vibration. Right? You're inside the corridor of the house of Abraham. Very strong. I don't know what it's like on the other side of the world, but this is where we are now. The other side of the world, they'd be running into the spirit of 76. So I don't know. I don't know. The house has to be split up again. But right now, yeah.
What about the M3? What's that mean? I got my BMW M3s back.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's a good number. 13 is the number. 13 is the number. 13 is the number. 13 is the number. It's between everything. It's like that vibration that holds everything together.
And it's it is in America, and it is the rare 5-speed. It does have the manual transmission.
Because it also goes with your 19 by 19, which runs on a rotation every 360 years, which runs into the Mayan rotation. So so the thing I like to understand about that absolute is it absolute in the heart of danger constantly, or in the absolute of the right vibration in order for one to take that proper right choice. That's the thing about that one.
That makes sense because like I don't like as we've talked before. I don't do anything like everything I do is just like in line. I don't really question anything. I just do.
Right. So, but it's in general for not. It's not for us. Like all my numbers is all for. But I just like I'm like very like when there's a few people that have to enter into the realm of this. One of these people is AC Green. I don't know if you know who he is, who this person is.
No sir.
Well, when I, in 2009, 15 years ago, the system brought AC Green up to me and said, AC Green is in your timeline. He's an old football player, I think played for the Philadelphia Eagles. Apparently, he had a radio talk show. Don't know what happened to him. His birthday is on October 4th, 1963. It's ironic because me and him are in the same reflection, and me and him have something in common. His name and my name are the same. AC is his initials of AC, right? Is my initials. My initials are RF. RF is the same thing as AC. Do you know why? Or can you tell me why?
Forward and reverse.
3 times 1 and 3 times 6.
Ah.
The reverse alphabet of what is of a cube, A is F, and what C is of what is R. And it has to do with Jacob's ladder. Okay, it has to do with 11, 11, 11. It has to do with the Messiah, Allah. It has to do with the house of Bet, Bet, which is the animal house, because within the intervention of creation, we have been created through the animal soul of earth. It's the only place we can exist. We cannot exist anywhere other than the, I don't know if I should call it, it's a stupid name, the scorpiotic world, which is only in lights. We only can exist in lights and energy, and we only interact within lights and energy. And I don't know how to explain it other than the colors, but it really doesn't have to do with us other than because of choice of existence, we can choose to emanate in this manner that we can excite somebody else just by our expulsion of choice of thought to throw out a color that emanates with the other one who captures, who has the capacity to capture and understand the element of that vibration. And why I said it would be tough to understand is it's an internal eloquence of what one would say, oh, I love that music. You couldn't understand what I said unless you can understand the words to say, I love that music. And it's unexplainable other than the softness, other than the 3 or 4, because there's only really 3 or 4 words that people will understand when you describe something. The basis of all explanations. That's why I said what I said, if anything was comprehended at all.
That makes sense. No, it makes sense to me. It makes sense.
Oh, I hear the horse is running now. The horse is running.
Yes.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yep.
bum.
I told you I was going. I told you. I told you I'd warm it up. I gotta warm her up. Gotta get the. It hasn't been.
Harley Davidson, oh my God, it's an Islamic prayer. I can hear it coming right now. Oh boy. No, it must be Hebrew. It's chicken night. It's Friday night. All the Hebrews are having chicken tonight. I think I'm gonna have to take out a chicken. So what is this? So hold on a second. I think we're gonna have to change the zodiac signs in Chinese. Do you know why? Because Friday night is the 6th day, so something's wrong. So if on the 6th night we're eating chicken, on the 6th night we're eating chicken, but it's once every 7th day. So the chicken or the rooster, is it a chicken or a rooster that we're eating? Because I want to know who it's unlucky for. Because if it's a 7th day, it's also the goat. So how are they referring to the chicken as the goat? And is there a difference between 7 and 10? How can I make 7 look like 10?
Interesting.
Well, I can go 4 by 4. 1, 2, 3. So 4 by 7 is 28. 2 and 8 is 10. So it took 4 sevens or 4 chickens to equal to 1 rooster.
3, 4, and 3.
How do you like that?
4, 3, and 3, 4, and yeah, 3, 4, and 3
4
would be
times 7 equals 28. 2 plus 8 equals to 10. The 10th zodiac sign is Capricorn.
7 times 3 is 21. 21 is 3.
So this is what's happening in this situation. It took 4 weeks to 1 cycle of the moon. 2 plus 8 equals to 10. The rooster is the 10th zodiac sign. So it took 4 times 7 days, and everybody knows that equals to 4 chickens. Did you know that? Did you know it's equal to 4 chickens? This is equal to 4 chickens. You know why?
Because chicken would equal. I don't. I can't. I do not. I have never done the word chicken.
Chicken equals to 53. 53 brings on the moon and electric company. 28 days passes that moon. 74 is the energy of Jesus. The 10th sign is Capricorn. The 10th month is October. October is the 10th month, the 10th moon. The 10th moon is your birth. The 10th zodiac sign is the rooster. It took 4 chickens to equal to the rooster because the Jews eat chicken every Friday night. So after 27 days, they don't count. They can count the 7th day, yes or no, coming off of or starting with the 28th day. The house is about number 27. On the 28th day is the Saturday. It's the new month, right? Or the end of the last month, the 28th day. So the Jews ate the 4 chickens, and the 4 chickens created the 1 rooster. That 1 rooster, chicken equals to 53, reverse equals to 75. 75 is going to equal moon electric. Moon Electric is 7557. Company is 78. Company is 8877. 78, 8877. Why they said 78? Because it's in the 10th house. Why is it in the 10th house? Why do we say 78? Because the 10th house is I create 2 eggs, 1 egg here and 1 egg here. The first egg, 1 egg, right, versus 2 eggs. And they repeated all through our breakfast. So 1 egg equals to 9, 2 eggs equals to 9. So when you have 2 eggs, you have 18. Each egg is equal to 9. But when you connect
52 days.
What's that?
Today is 52 days since my birthday.
So you'd be on the Earth Day. You would be higher and lower. So you have a good chance today to make a choice for yourself. You're either going to be way up or you're going to be way down, but it doesn't make a difference. But from this date on, you could only go up.
Right.
I'm just only go up for the next 13 days. You're the days on the rise, right? Don't let anything get in your way. But the greatest thing about these 13 days is don't question yourself twice.
I don't. I haven't been.
Like question yourself more than once. Sorry, don't question yourself more than twice, because by the time you question yourself the 3rd time, if you make that wrong choice, it'll take the energy away from you.
Understood.
That we run by the sun and the moon, the 13 and the 12. So understand what the difference is our thoughts. Keep our thoughts unified each day. Keep them independent.
I just walked away from a couple of things that I thought were bad for me, so I got rid of those and got them out of the way.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Can you believe it? He got rid of mustard, ketchup, and salt.
No, did not get rid of the mustard. I just got rid of the salt.
Okay. Oh, my God. You know, I saw something scary in the kitchen. It was next to the knife.
Oh gosh, a fork.
Yeah, because I told my sister, like I says, that's like I was scared last week. I was like literally ready to cry. I saw the knife next to the onion, and I saw the onion, like I felt the onion. I was like right next to it, and I can feel the onion crying that the knife is going to come and slice it all up. I mean, I can feel it. I had tears in my own eyes, you know. I mean, my eyes were glistening. I was right next to the onions, and I can hear the onions talking and saying, "They're going to cut me up. I know it." And I said, I told him, I says, relax. I says, one way or the other, I says, your life, I says, if you keep your life, you're going to dry up to be nothing. You'll be at the dump. You'll just be able to meet a whole lot of everybody. But, you know, if you get chopped up and eaten, and you know what? I came up with a thing about onions. I don't know if anybody's heard of the word falosh and what it means if you take pork and you just pull it like pulled pork. I do that to onions. I like to scrape my onions apart and then break them up because I came up with a new sandwich I want to sell. I ate it today at my sister's, and the first thing I thought of is selling my idea. I know it has to be happening somewhere, but it hasn't happened to me at any restaurant, this sandwich I made today. And I'm like thinking about the sandwich, and when it happens, I'm going to say, oh my God, I thought of that. Wow. And I'm not telling anybody. I have this sandwich in my head. Oh my God. But it was more the cream cheese than the other part of the recipe. But it's the part of the recipe. It's the little part of the recipe, the little pieces I want to put into this cream cheese that is going to change the whole understanding. And okay, so let's go on. Where are we with this? Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any. Whoa. Okay, so yeah, so what else? What else is new out here? So I was speaking about the one egg and two egg. I was speaking about electric company. I spoke about electric companies because company is 78. When you add up 1 through 12, it equals to 78. The queen, or to have the 1 through 12 equals to 13. So the rotation of 12 is 13, the encompassment of it. So all these things with 13, with 13, it's also 6 by 13 equals to 78. So we can see the 12 somehow is integrating itself Mars, with man's birth through our moons. Spirit only comes in with the king, so it's automatically telling us more than once, right? It's automatically telling us once the only way the Lord or the 13th moon comes within us, okay, is when the 13th sign is that we are the orphan children breathing in the air of the Lord, that the 13th sign is an overlap of the breath taken by one amongst the stars against the mother's house, the reflection of your life within this house. We are duplicated like on a TV screen presently, right now. Whatever you have done for every day of your life has been documented. And right now, somebody's watching it and looking at it and making no judgment because you're numerated undercover. They don't know your exact visual of who you exactly are. They can only get close, but they can never know, because that will only interfere with their system when they're integrated for their own judgment, for their own realities, so we can all understand the basis of the beast. The beast is part system where you cannot make the judgment of what might happen to nature that has been happening on its own forever. You can only guide it within this realm. But because you don't own it and you have only learned it, it's like baking a cake. The same flour, the same this, the same temperature, yet it didn't turn out the same this time. That's what I'm trying to speak about. So once we went over this and we understand the exterior of area space chunks from pieces outside of area space? Did the creator of this area space that we live in right now, okay, that we breathe as free air, have we ever learned to live outside the conformity of the area space? I don't believe so. I believe that the biggest of all beasts is nature. That's where the NA comes in NASA, right? SA being, okay, I believe in bringing together the elements that consist of the element itself within the nature. So nature has been solidified to be broken down into nine. So we already understand. We also understand that nature has a duplication of length and width. We also know that nature works within the Trinity, and within the Trinity, there's a doorway, and the doorway is running into houses of quarters. These numeric values we use are also to be understood, okay, is to understood as what they say is man-made. It is made for the element of who we are, of the hue of light, that we should intercept together to understand in all fairness the numbers we speak in quarters and thirds, although sometimes I find for myself in the human nature to note that 9 is equal and alike 10, although it's not 10, it's 9. When you're looking for 9 items and you find 9 items, it is whole within its own and it's not 10. You also note that within 9, a complete square area of what is 3 by 3 equals to what is 9 is what is 9 is 8 areas around what is 1 to what is 7 areas inside to what is 2 to what is atoning to the two corners 1 and 2 that are inside the heart of what is 7 and 2 on the cube. To understand the formation of things and why they are and why it is no different and always the same all the time, is this is the repetition of space with inside the conformity of our creation. Is it like this outside the formation? So far it seems to be chopped up to be like this, but we can understand within the formation it is always the difference between the 3 and the 4 that separates and divides and brings together the same house within inside itself, and that is to be found within inside the tetrahedron. Also to be noted, what is the dodecahedron, in which is what is the relevance to 5 elements. 5 by 9 equals to 45, and that's how the dodecahedron goes. There are only 45 elements bringing on the passage of the female or the heart or the sun with inside creation, which is the IT system, which is the final result, is inside the communication through electronics. Did I say something? Where'd he go? Where'd that guy go? All of a sudden, everything went silent. You just,
I'm gonna mute.
hey,
I'm gonna mute. I'm probably gonna ride to. I'm gonna ride to the store real quick.
yeah, go ahead. But did you see that guy going by? Where are you riding to? Get up on the highway. See you later.
My phone might die on me, but I'll stay right here.
Okay, well, I'm not going to be on much longer. I'm going to be taking a break 4:30, so I just want to see what's out here. If anybody's saying anything, otherwise, I just want to see who's up here. I just want to know what's going on right now. Take down all this over here. See who's up here. Say hello to everybody. Um, yeah, so we had the chicken out here, and I mentioned the chicken. Why 4 chickens? Because every single Friday, the Hebrews sit down to have a chicken dinner. 10 equals to Capricorn. It's funny the way 4, 7, and 10 work together. It's just like that. And it's just so funny the way it runs into Mars. It's just so funny the way Aries, the fire sign, runs into the air sign. They're both the first sign, each element on the other side of the zodiac. Also to note that the 7th zodiac sign will hook up to Virgo as 13, and it'll go from Libra over to Aries, and then it'll go from Virgo over to Pisces. But if we really want to make things spicy, we're going to go from Virgo over to Aries, and we're going to go from Pisces over to Libra. So we're going to do 12 and 7, and we're going to do 6 and 1, and we're going to intercept. But the thing is about Virgo to Aries is what I want to do is not do 6 and 1, but I want to run Virgo over to Aries. And, Virgo, I want to run Virgo over to Aries, and I want to run Pisces over to Libra. I don't want to run Libra over to Pisces because I can, right, hold on a second. I don't know if I did this right. Let's see if I did this right. So I went from Pisces over to Libra, moved me a total of 7. I don't know why I put 8, right? It's actually 7 plus 1, right? So I said move 12 over to 7, or 7 over to 12 is 5. 6 over to 13 is 7, right? But if I would have went 13, it's really 13 is 1, which is 5. So it's all 57, 75. 27 is the number, is the Mayan. All our rotation between the days and the moon run through creation, 36, 360 degrees. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6. Running the rotation of 13 and 7. Sky pass, power of the Christ. Does anybody understand what's going on? I'm running from Pisces over to Libra. I'm going to run the seven months and the 7 zodiac signs and the 1 zodiac sign. Over here, I'm going to run the 6 zodiac signs plus the 1 zodiac sign, or I'll use all 13, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? That's 7, 12, 13, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that was 8. So what did I do here? 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why did this one go from 6 to 13? Right, 12 to 6, 6 to 13, not 12 to 7. So anyways, that's what it is. So what happened with the 1 egg and 2 eggs, right? Remember everything that went with the 1 egg and 2 eggs? That had to do with the 1 moons and 2 moons between Earth and Mars, right? That had to do with the 1 moon and 2 moons of Earth and Mars. I'm trying to think what else there was here. The other thing out here had to do with the penny, because what happens is it's either going to cost you 6, 7 cents, 3, 4 cents, pay 5 cents, or 8 cents and 9 cents, or 11 cents and 12 cents, spend 10 cents. You know, there's 3 numbers that for some reason out of nowhere, 3 numbers. Okay, we're gonna end the video on this. I'm gonna have to take him out for a walk. So for next hour and a half, right? So we wanted to talk about number 25. Number 55, number 5 and 5 brings on the heart, okay? Brings on the heart of energy within you. That's all I want to say. I gotta go. It's too much, the dogs. I'll be back a little bit later. If you can help support the channel, I got a link on my channel. Be back a little bit later. Thank you. Bye.